Hey everyone, it's Bonnie, and today I am here to film a review for the movie Snowpiercer. I know what you're thinking. Honey, another movie review, what are you doing? Watching good movies. That's what I'm doing. So Snowpiercer is loosely based on a French, I believe it is, graphic novel. I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but I'll put, a picture of it here. And so basically, global warming is getting, super duper bad. So the government is like, okay, we'll put this chemical thing into the air and it will fix it. But it doesn't fix it. It freezes everything and life is extinct except for the people who boarded this train called the Snowpiercer. Now, we flash forward 18 years since that all happened, and things on the train are not very good for many of its passengers. Those living in the tail end of the train are very poor and ragged, and they're not treated well. They're given these weird protein bars to eat. It's just not good. While people at the front of the train are very, elite from everyone else. They eat good food. They live a good life. They have plenty of space. Sort of like a capital versus the districts thing, if you look at it from a Hunger Games perspective. But yeah, so the people in the tail end are obviously getting pretty fed up with how they are living and being treated. So our main character here, Curtis, who is played by Chris Evans, he is, trying to start a little rebellion. And there's been rebellions in the past, but they never really worked. So he is convinced that they are going to work this one out. And they're getting these, weird little messages sent into their protein bars that they think are clues to help them rebel from someone on the other side or something. I don't really know. Didn't really get that part. But they have to rescue this guy who's in the little train prison, and he is supposed to be super smart and he can unlock all of the gates and so that they can go to the front end, because there's gates that close and they just don't open. They have to be specially open. Yeah. So once they get this rebellion little thing going, they take a team of a few of the people from the tail end of the train to march forward to the front of the train and try to take it over and become the elite instead of the not elite. The haves instead of the have-nots. I really, really, really loved this movie. It's definitely not perfect. It has its plot holes here and there. But overall, it was just a really fantastic film. Let me first talk about what I really liked about this movie. First of all were the characters and the actors that portrayed them. We really don't get much sense of a background for anyone. It's just kind of given when we first see it. By the lines and how they act and things, we get a sense of who these characters are and what they have been through. And I found myself connecting to them so well. I loved so many of the characters, especially Octavia Spencer's character. She doesn't have a super huge role, but she's so excellent in the role that she does have. She plays Tanya, I believe the name is, of the character, and she is just a mom who is trying to get her little boy back. Because in the beginning of the movie we see him get taken, and so she just wants to get him back. And so, yeah. I also really liked Jamie Bell, who plays sort of the kid's sidekick kind of thing. He just has that really pumped up, let's go, let's do it kind of attitude that I love. I mean, obviously Chris Evans was amazing. We haven't seen him like this in any movie, I don't think. I mean, obviously he's most known for Captain America, and he just plays that rugged rebel kind of man so well. He reminds me of a Jean Valjean meets Tom Mason from Falling Skies, and it's so good. Another great actor was Kang-ho. I hope I'm saying his name right. He played the guy that they needed to get out of the little train prison. He did such a great job at portraying that sort of crazy, drug-addicted genius. There's so many good people in this movie. John Hurt, he plays sort of the Gandalf kind of character, there for the wise. Ed Harris plays our cool, chill villain. And Tilda Swinton, I have to talk about Tilda Swinton. She is so good. She plays this sort of minister of the train. She makes sure everything is in order for the main dude, Ed Harris, whose name is Wilford. She makes sure everything's good, everything's cool. She's very poppin', shopping. She has her glasses, and she's just, oh my god, she's so good. She's so good. She's so good. She's that character that you love to hate because she's awful, but she's so good at being awful. So you love it. Something else I need to talk about is the art direction for this film, the set design. It is absolutely beautiful. This train, it goes from being this weird kind of run down, disgusting thing from the tail end to this glamorous and beautiful thing at the front end. There's one scene in particular where they are in a classroom for like the elite children, and it's just like stepping into a different world. It's like so bright and vivid, and it's almost comical and eerie at the same time, and it was such a good scene. That's probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie because it's just like, whoa. One thing I didn't like about the movie is, like I said, there were some plot holes, and we didn't really get much of a backstory. We get one scene of backstory, kind of, when they're first boarding the train. It's not like a flashback or anything, it's just Curtis telling the story, and it's let me just tell you, it's a jaw-dropping scene. Like if there's an emoji for that scene, it would be this one. But, God, okay, anyway. Yeah. But other than that, we really didn't, know why these people are on the train, why these specific group of people are on the train, because there's a bunch of different people, a bunch of different languages, ethnicities, cultures, and it's just like, how'd you all get on this one train? Where was this train? Did you purposely board it? Because it was created because the guy who created it didn't think the chemical would work and that it would what happened would happen, and he was right. But yeah, so I would have liked a little more backstory, I think. And only one more thing is, like, the scenes sometime were a little weird in the transitions. Like, weird things. They would just be like, you're seeing one thing and then it would switch to something else, and you're just like, well, wait, what? What happened? I thought we were still doing that, but we're doing this now. Okay. But otherwise, I loved this movie so much. It's really a shame that it is not in theaters worldwide. It's a limited release and it is on video on demand, so you can pay and watch it at home, which is what I do. It's fantastic. I love watching things at home, especially really good movies like this, but it definitely deserves to be in theaters everywhere. Weinstein Company, what are you doing? What are you doing? I think I'm going to do this new thing where I'm going to match up an emoji with each movie that I review. The I would give for Snowpiercer is this one, because that's how I felt through most of this movie. I was just like, what? The ending, it's just like, oh, it's all so crazy and good. It's such a good sci-fi, epic sort of movie. Thriller, edge of your seat, that kind of thing. So if you like that kind of movie, and if what I said sounded interesting, then you should definitely go watch Snowpiercer, because it was fantastic. Probably going to be one of my favorite movies of the year. Alright, guys, that is all I have to say about this movie and for this video. I will see you in my next one. Bye. Act 2. How am I already going on 5 minutes? Shoot. Oh, I need to hurry. Oh no. On the line.